Yeah, how's it going, everyone? Today I'm going to be speculating on what the newest Blazing Bash banner could be for next week, and even though I said in my last video I don't think that the $30 million celebration is going to be ongoing next week, I've kind of had more of an open-minded look towards it, and I am thinking that it probably will go into it, because usually for celebration periods it's just a staple that you get a dual banner, and Blazing Festival this time around it wasn't a dual Blazing Fest banner, it was just simply Joebito, which was still cool, but we were expecting more. And although I kind of wish it would have been a dual Blazing Festival more, I think that the right call is to do Blazing Bash, because they've kind of been leaving breadcrumbs leading up to this. I even talked about in my last video the major PvP update. Like, it's cool. They're adding so much content for PvP players. They fixed the crashes. They're giving you a chance to get an amazing unit. They also dropped a banner full of the most amazing units for Blazing Bash PvP, and I think that's pretty cool. So now all we need is a super hype banner, and I'm sure people will be very happy. So even though I personally am not going to be summoning on it, most likely on this account at least, I'm still looking forward to Blazing Bash, because I think that that's just going to generate the hype for the player base, and it would be cool to see that. Now, with that said, I do have two units in mind that I actually want for the Blazing Bash dual banner. If you think about it in the aspect of it being two different units for the dual banner, then there are two in mind that I think makes sense, but we'll talk about that in a minute. First of all, I think it's only smart to go ahead and take a look at all the Blazing Bash units we've had since 3rd year anniversary, and there's not too many. So we had Naruto and Sasuke. I still don't have Naruto. I do have Sasuke though, and then after that we had Kabuto, if I'm not mistaken. I don't have Kabuto. He would be right there next to Killer B. Kabuto, Tobirama next to Neji, one of the best, if not the best, Blazing Bash well, actually no, that's debatable. I think Shisui is better than Tobirama. Tobirama really just had speed. He gets one-shotted if you have like Night Guy, for example, and I just think that he's fallen off because he's not as fast as Shisui is now, so it's just like but he's still a really good unit. Obviously really good units that we've gotten for Blazing Bash, honestly. Kabuto was kind of and yeah, Killer B too. Killer B was really whack. I almost forgot about him right there. Killer B was a whack Blazing Bash unit. He really was. And then moving on into it, we also had not Sage Mode Naruto, we had Kaguya. Yeah, Kaguya was first. Kaguya was a really good Blazing Bash unit. That was the one that I actually summoned for, because the pushback on her, she was the first like AoE pushback to my knowledge, and it was just amazing to have her, and she's still a really good unit. I got extremely lucky that I pulled her. As you can see, just by the Blazing Bash units that I don't have, I don't summon on Blazing Bash banners that much at all. I really don't. I love Blazing Festival more. And then after that we had Sage Mode Naruto, which I actually kind of got right. Like that was one of the first ones that I ever tried to like speculate on who it would be, and somehow by some miracle I was right. So I don't know if that'll be the case with this video, but Sage Mode Naruto, that was a really dope unit. I actually summoned for him because of how amazing I love Sage Mode Naruto, but unfortunately didn't get him. Then we had Kakashi, very interesting unit as well. He brought the actual restriction on movement to PvP, which was interesting for the meta. Then we have Shisui, which I personally feel like is the best just because he's the fastest. He has pushback. Like, what else can you ask for? But it's still debatable. Like, again, I'm not great with PvP, so it's up to you to debate which one. I think Shisui, honestly. And then after that, we had, who was it? Nagato. Yeah, we had Nagato. So, yeah, that pretty much takes care of that. And as you can see, they've been all over the place. There's no clear pattern. They've just been broken, some less broken than others. We've got a lot of really good ones, though, for the 3rd year, honestly. So, there is that. But, with that said, there are two units in mind that come to my mind, at least, that I would love to see for Blazing Bash. First of all, I just want to say that even though for Golden Week last year we also had a Joebito Super Impact, this year we had a Joebito Super Impact like a month ago. We also have Joebito as a Blazing Fest unit just in general. But with that said, I honestly think that crazier things have happened. Like, I was not expecting Joebito for Golden Week. I just really wasn't, but yet we got him. So I feel like anything's on the table here. And if they want to keep it the same, if they want to have a correlation between it throughout the Golden Week celebration, then hey, maybe we'll get something that goes along with Joebito. And then that's where I'm coming to my conclusion that hey, maybe we'll get a dual Blazing Bash banner of Minato and Naruto in their KCM forms respectively. That would be amazing. And what they could do is they could kind of make it like how they have it on PvE. I mean, they don't really do that for PvP where they have both units in the picture, but can you imagine a Blazing Bash unit with Naruto and Minato in the picture, or maybe Kurama and Naruto, and then you have the dark half of Kurama with Minato? That would be amazing. Again, we had a KCM Naruto for Golden Week last year, but it was Blazing Fest, so I feel like they could do that. If they gave us another Joebito, I don't see why we couldn't get that, and I feel like that would be hype. A lot of people want father and son. I really think that would be cool, because like KCM Minato, this one right here, he's really cool, but my favorite one still is the old one we have. And the reason I love that one so much is because even though he's not that good anymore, KCM on Minato looks so amazing. That's my favorite form of Minato, and I wish they would just give us a newer version. I would love to have seen it for PvE, but if they give us a Blazing Bash version of this, man, that would be amazing. Him and Naruto, oh, it would be so perfect. And there's so much they could do with it, because Minato is obviously extremely fast. It's Minato. And with Naruto, both of them having the KCM, they could do so much with it. So I really think that would be cool. And then if that's the case, they could even give us a really cool 5 Kage League unit. Now, I don't know what that could even be. They probably won't have a correlation again, because they didn't do that with the previous one. We had Nagato and Jiraiya. Now, of course, they were student and master, but I don't think that's what they were going for. I think it was just separate, and they just gave us who they gave us. But for Blazing Bash, man, I would love Minato and Naruto. That would be amazing. That really, really would be. Now, if that's the case and we don't get those, there are actually 2 units I also want to talk about that I feel like a lot of people are going to not want, but I feel like they're needed. So the 2 units I'm talking about are going to be of the Akatsuki, and that, of course, I'm talking about are Hidan and Kakazu, because they're the only 2 in the Akatsuki that we don't have Blazing Bash forms of. If you're talking about the main Akatsuki that we saw throughout Shippuden, then yeah, those 2 are the only ones, except for maybe Toby, but he has a 5 Kage variety, so I feel like that's better, honestly, especially because his 5 Kage League unit's actually really good. So I think that's fine. We could always get a Blazing Bash in the future, but I think it's fine the way they did him. Now, when it comes to Blazing Bash units, like I said, we have every other Akatsuki member pretty much. We have Sasori, I believe he was like one of the first, maybe, yeah, Sasori and Deidara for sure. So Sasori, really good Blazing Bash unit back in the day. I love him because of his artwork personally. But you have Sasori, you have Deidara as well, and I just think that they're both really good units to have for this Hidan and Kakazu. I feel like those are really 2 good units that we could have, because we just haven't gotten them yet. We even have Pain and Konan right there. We also have Itachi, and then Kisame. Kisame even got a Blazing Bash, and he's not that good, but even in his shark form. And then, so yeah, the only ones that we're missing out on are literally Hidan and Kakazu. And if we got Hidan and Kakazu, that would be really cool. I think a lot of people would actually like that, because we just don't have them. Now, I don't think it would be as hype as Naruto and Minato, but because we don't have Blazing Bash versions of these 2 units, I feel like it would be a missed opportunity not to at least think about it on their part. But we'll have to see about that. I think that would personally be cool. Like, I think, again, KCM, Naruto, and Minato, if I was summoning, that's what I would summon for. But again, with Blazing Bash, the interesting thing is they usually make them broken. It doesn't really matter like who they are. Like, they make them broken regardless. So like, they can make them broken if they want to, so it doesn't really matter who it is. So even if it's just Hidan or Kakazu, they could still be just as broken as Naruto and Minato. So I feel like those would be 2 good options, but it really could be anything next week. I'm betting that, yeah, it's gonna be a dual Blazing Bash. If it's not, it's really gonna be a letdown, because a lot of people are betting on it and a lot of people have been saving their pearls for it, and I can completely feel you on that. So hopefully we get something hype, but this is who I want. Naruto and Minato, that's who I want. Hidan and Kakazu, I wouldn't be surprised, but we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, let me know what you guys want for Blazing Bash next week, and let me know what you think about my choices. I think the first choice that I said with Naruto and Minato is more likely, but again, we don't know. So yeah, that's gonna do it. I hope y'all enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.